Hello everyone and welcome back to this channel. Today we are diving into the BlackMagic Cinema Camera 2.5K, a favorite camera for filmmakers who are looking for cinematic looking without breaking the bank. Whether you are just starting the filmmaking or you are looking to expand your gear, this camera offers amazing features for the price. Let's take a closer look at what it has to offer, including its ports, sensor, screen, and more. The BlackMagic Cinema Camera 2.5K is packed with incredible features that make it stand out in the indie filmmaking world. It shoots in 2.5K resolution with a super 35mm sensor, which gives you a beautiful cinematic look. This camera compact and portable design makes it an excellent option for both handheld shooting or mounted on a rig. But let's break it down further and explore some of the key features of this camera. Starting with the build quality, the BlackMagic Cinema Camera 2.5K is sleek, ergonomic, and surprisingly lightweight. The body is made of tough magnesium alloy, which ensures durability without adding too much weight. It features a 5-inch touchscreen display, which is great for monitoring your shots, making adjustments, and navigating through the camera settings. The screen has a good resolution and can be used in various lighting conditions, though it can be a bit reflective under bright lights. One of the biggest selling points of this camera is its super 35mm sensor. This sensor gives you not only a shadow depth of field that allows you to achieve that cinematic blurred background look, which is perfect for professional grade shots. This sensor also provides you with 13 stops of dynamic range, which means you will have a lot of detail in both the highlights and shadows of your footage. BlackMagic Cinema 2.5K shots in Cinema, DNG RAW or Apple ProRes, giving you flexibility in post-production when it comes to color grading and adjusting images. The RAW option gives you more flexibility, but it requires more storage options, which brings us to another important feature, which is that this camera shots on the SSD 2.5 inches SSD SATA 3, because the SSDs are known that they offer more storage capacity and faster read and write speed compared to the SD cards. When it comes to the mount, this camera comes with two types of mounts: the MFT Micro Four Third and the EF, which is this camera comes with. The EF, the Canon EF, that gives you the opportunity to use Canon EF and EFS lenses. Me personally, I like to use this camera with this Sigma 24 to 62.8 or the other Canon options like the Canon 28mm 1.8 with the famous Canon 15 nifty, the 50mm 1.8 also, or the Canon 35mm f2. We can also use this camera with the L system lens from Canon, like the 25 to 70 2.8 or the 70 to 200mm 2.8 or the 20 to 105mm f4. Without forgetting that this camera is compatible also with the EFS mounting system, and by using it with my 10 to 18mm EFS lens, it gives me the opportunity to shoot wider since this sensor is super 35. Now let's talk a little bit about the ports and connectivity options. Since this BlackMagic camera gives you a good section of ports and various filmmaking needs. On the side you'll find an SDI 12GB ports, which is great for connecting external monitors or viewfinders. There's also a 12-volt DC power input, also a full jack port, which is perfect for connecting professional microphones and external audio gears. Additionally, it has a Thunderbolt port for transferring some updates from your computer to your camera only, and it is not for transferring footage to your computer. For more advanced setups, there is also a 3.5mm headphone jack for audio monitoring. Besides all of this, there is a remote port that gives you the opportunity to connect a remote to this camera that allows you to manipulate your camera far from it. In terms of power, the BlackMagic Cinema Camera 2.5K doesn't have the longest battery life, which is one of its drawbacks, besides the size of its sensor. The users of this camera are pushed towards using external battery systems, like the external battery plates. I have one here And this option here gives you an opportunity to shoot longer time with your camera using this type of batteries, which is the Sony L batteries. And now we have an external battery system. To sum up, the BlackMagic Cinema Camera 2.5K is an incredible tool for filmmakers looking for cinematic quality without a massive budget. With its Super 35mm sensor, flexible recording options, SSD storage, and extensive connectivity, it gives you the control and flexibility you need for high quality productions. It may not shoot in 4K, but its 2.5K resolution combined with raw recording gives you stunning results that hold up even in post-production. Me personally, I love this camera because it is a cinematic compact camera with 13 stops of dynamic range that I always need for my work, and EF mount system that give me the opportunity to use all my lenses from my Canon cameras. Also, when it comes to the battery life, I bought this battery plate and I don't worry anymore about powering this camera here. The main question here is this camera still usable in 2026? Although it doesn't record in 6K or 12K or 8K or even 4K, but for its price, I think that this camera is still usable for the next decade because it delivers a stunning quality and gives you more options to post-product your work and color grade, manipulating your files from highlights to shadows. Working with its 13 stops of dynamic range is incredible since it is only a 300 bucks camera. Personally, I bought it for only $150 and I believe that it is on eBay for a little more that this price range, almost a maximum of $400, but I think that is still usable and we can rely on this camera system on our work for daily life work, our trip work, and even for the production of our cinematic. I personally use this camera here for recording and working on some of my videos and films that I produced recently. Since I wanted to use this camera on a rig or on a cage, I didn't find it on a marketplace to buy it, so I decided to build it myself, DIY this cage. Here we arrive to the end of this video. I hope you did like this video. If you think that this camera is still usable in 2025, 2026, please comment below and share with us your thoughts about this camera. Hope to see you in next video. Peace.